Ottawa Centre.
Thank you very much, Speaker. My question is for the Minister of Energy as well. Last week, Prime Minister Harper pledged $4.2 billion in loan guarantees to help Newfoundland and Labrador develop their Lower Churchill Falls hydroelectric project. Mr. Speaker, here in Ontario, that's roughly the cost of the Lower Matagami and Niagara Tunnel hydro projects combined. Members will know that Ontarians contribute 40 cents of every single dollar the federal government spends, whether it's their investment to multi-dollar project. My question, Speaker, is around fairness for Ontario. Ontarians remember well the state of chronic disrepair and neglect that our very own energy infrastructure was left in the years leading up to 2003 by the previous government. As we have been rebuilding that infrastructure into a clean, modern and reliable energy system, what are we doing to ensure that Ontarians get the best value for their investment?
Good question.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I want to thank the member for Ottawa Centre for raising what is really a very important question. Absolutely, he's absolutely right on this. When the federal government pledges specific assistance to another part of Canada for a specific multi-billion-dollar energy project, 40% of that money is coming from Ontario families. We've undertaken the important task of rebuilding our electricity system over the next 2 decades. There is a cost to that, and that's why we've put in place the Clean Energy Benefit, Mr. Speaker. That's taking 10% off consumers' bills. But I think Ontarians expect that if their federal tax dollars are going to provide special supports for electricity projects in other provinces like Newfoundland, the same level of support, federal support, needs to be available here in Ontario. We believe in a strong Ontario, Mr. Speaker, and we believe a strong Ontario means a strong Canada. We're doing our part, but working with the federal government, we can do even more, and we can do it even faster.
Thank you. Supplementary.
The government's long-term energy plan clearly addresses the need for 80% of Ontario's electricity system to be rebuilt and modernized over the next 20 years. It tangibly lays out for Ontarians what those investments are and how much they will be over the time. There's no doubt it's a sizable undertaking, but it's one that is absolutely necessary given the complete shambles the system we inherited 7 years ago in power warnings, brownouts, 127% more coal in our air, and a system on life support from leased generators and U.S. coal imports. This is a situation no government should have ever let happen in Ontario. Mr. Speaker, through you to the Minister, how do we ensure that sort of energy mess never happens again in our province?
Good.
Thank you, Mr. Speaker. The member paints a vivid and accurate picture of the shoddy state of our electricity system just 7 years ago. Our long-term energy plan provides what's needed to build a modern, reliable energy system that gets us out of coal, cleaning our air and improving our health, while building a global leading clean energy economy. That's why when Prime Minister Harper promised almost $2 billion of Ontarians' money to subsidize a clean energy project in another province, it was very appropriate for our Premier to speak up for Ontario. Ontario families deserve the same recognition from our federal government as families in Newfoundland. This side of the House stands up for Ontario. This side of the House is not afraid to challenge Stephen Harper for fairness. The Leader of the Opposition gets tongue-tied when called upon to stand up for Ontario against Stephen Harper. That's why he remains silent and refuses to talk about his plan until the federal election.
New question, the member from Parry Sound Muskoka.